A transgender man addresses traditional masculinity, or lessons from my mother. I am grateful that I was not raised a man. It has left me so much less to unlearn. It has given me so many more ways to love. When my mother raised me as her daughter, she taught me the ways of women in a way most men will never learn. These lessons, they are no less important now that I am growing into a man. I would argue they are even more crucial. My mother taught me that being female is not a synonym for weakness, but an infinite collection of reasons to be wholly and unabashedly proud. I may not be the woman she expected, but I refuse to forget this. I cannot afford to forget this. No man should be able to forget this. Too many men forget this. For they are still boys, brought up to disrespect the feminine, to treat it as a threat to what they think is their manhood. I think too many boys are taught to run from their manhood in the mistaken view that doing so will bring them closer to themselves. They are taught that masculinity is a prize instead of a process, a constant unfolding. My mother taught me that life is a constant unfolding, that we are always growing into ourselves. She taught me also that life is not always fair, that not all people are treated equally, that women are not treated equally. This was never presented as an excuse to give up, be docile. It was only ever a reason to fight harder. I may not be facing the battle she thought I would be, but because she taught me well, I have come to see closed doors as invitations for battering rams, every rejection as a reason to speak up louder, so speak up louder. I may not love football or no proper pissing protocol for the men's room. There is more to being a man than that. My upbringing is not burden, the feminine in me not baggage, that history not excess to be tossed overboard when the storm hits. When the storm hit, these lessons, they carried me through. No person will ever convince me that I am less of a man for this. I'm tired of the people who think that being raised female, I cannot know what a man is. Who believe my masculinity is like a second language, something that gets harder to learn when you are trying learning it later. But this language that I speak now, it is the language I have always spoken. I do not need your tongue to give voice to myself. And I have learned to distrust advice from those who believe manhood can be reduced to a business portfolio of mislabeled assets. Like holding your liquor is the measure of a man. Like how hard you hit, a testament to your spirit. Like you gotta talk big or you're just a boy. I would rather be a boy than this kind of man. This kind of man, he is a cheap suit, mock Armani, or masquerading as real tough shit, too afraid to face down his fears. This kind of man, he thinks he knows the answers, but he has never been further from the truth. This kind of man, he has far more to learn from me than I could ever learn from him.